That's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service.
Ooh la la, what little beauties. What appeal, what attractions. How could anyone resist Flavo's Shrimp Roll? Now available at the snack bar. A new, wonderful, and deliciously different way to enjoy shrimp in a mixture as only Flavo's can prepare it. Now taste shrimp as it should be eaten. Freshly French fried in a golden brown jacket of crisp egg noodle, chock full of meaty, savory shrimp. And prepared from our special...
Left to top off the evening with a treat from our snack bar. Still time if you hurry. Last call for refreshments, folks. Go right this second to get something good to eat and drink to enjoy now or during the rest of the show. The finest quality ingredients are in the fixings of the delicious foods you'll find waiting to tempt your appetite at the snack bar. Extra special good hamburgers, wonderful donuts, ice-cold thirst-quenching drinks. Pizza generously sliced, steaming hot, fresh coffee, ice cream in many flavors. It's showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
It's time for a vidya.
Alrighty, 3, 2, 1. The little red sign says we are live, we are live, we are live. It is so.
No.
Hey, Stinky. Hey, Stinky. Hey, Stinky. Forget about it.
Look, the Rev thing is done.
I was watching the Young Turks.
It's time for a vidya.
Channy's here too, I can tell you that 100%.
It's an aroma that still lingers. It was one of the worst smells I've ever encountered.
Words cannot describe the smell. It was in my nostrils for a solid week.
It's time for a vidya. Look, the Rev thing is done. Hello, individuals. This is Reverend Individual. It's time for a vidya. I was told by Junebug that I couldn't be a Christian because I'm a lesbian. There's a cliff, right?
Maybe I did. But anyway, here's the point.
What would it be like, and what would the thought pattern be if a psychopath smoked pot? You know, because when you smoke pot, you know, your mind goes places, you know what I mean?
Maybe I did. But anyway.
And there's a cliff, right?
Maybe I did. But anyway, here's the point. Do you realize this is not stardom? If this is stardom, then stardom is far overrated. And any star will pretty much tell you that it's dog shit anyway, because you have no life. And for the people that knew me before YouTube, they'd be like, you know, that Jay guy was a pretty fucking cool guy, so...
Does your daughter know that, Charlie? What does your daughter think about that, Charlie? Huh? Does she know? Did you tell her that part? Oh, you conveniently left that part out, didn't you, Charlie?
The Rev thing is done. You got that? I am fucking finished with Rev. The Rev thing is done. You got that? I am fucking finished with Rev. You pretty much get Jason now. And for the people that knew me before YouTube, they'd be like, you know, that Jay guy was a pretty fucking cool guy, so I'll deal with Jay, because Jay's cool.
We'll be right back after these messages.
I can get you Wilkins coffee for a price. I wouldn't touch it. There's no future in an attitude like that.
It's time for a vidya. From the Reverend Individual look, the Rev thing is done. When it's federal, it's felony, right? And for the people that knew me before YouTube, they'd be like, you know, that Jay guy was a pretty fucking cool guy, so...
Do you suck dicks? Sir, no, sir! Are you a Peter Pepper? Sir, no, sir! I'll bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around.
Maybe I did. But anyway, here's the point. Look, the Rev thing is done. You got that? I am fucking finished with Rev. You pretty much get Jason now. And for the people that knew me before YouTube, they'd be like, you know, that Jay guy was a pretty fucking cool guy, so... My personal friends, maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that.
Oh, you should be coming on pretty soon, dude. How much do you smoke?
This will be a little demonstration of that. Listen up. That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
I want you to look up, or just say to Siri, go, hey Siri, and she'll go, uh-huh. And then say to her, hey, is it a crime for people to impersonate other people? Is that the case? Because there's a lot of people right now impersonating others. I'm not back, okay? Don't say, oh, I thought you weren't coming back to YouTube. I'm not. I'm happier off YouTube.
It's something that I think about a lot, you know?
If I were still the watchman, I would tell the prophet, because watchmen and prophets aren't the same. I'm a watchman. Not anymore, really, even that. I'm just waiting for him. I would say, hey, prophet, why don't you go tell those sacks of shit, if they don't repent, they're going to burn forever. Because that's exactly what's going to happen to you folks that are harassers of me and my wife. When we're the anointed of God, do you think you can keep touching us like this and nothing's going to happen to you? You're wrong.
Ooh, that's a good lemonade. Ooh, that's a good lemonade.
Could you tell me how a multi-trillion-dollar company like Google can get away with not... You tell us how to act. You like telling us how to act. And then the behavior that comes at us as stars of YouTube, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. This ain't stardom.
America is a fucking fascist nation that doesn't allow people to use their freedom of speech regardless of the words, if they're offensive or not, we're supposed to be able to say them, right? America? Hey, America. Hey, YouTube. Oh, especially YouTube. Hey, YouTube. I'll talk like Donald Trump. Hey, YouTube. Why don't you suck my dick? Fuck you, YouTube. America's a fascist nation where you can't say the words that you want to say anymore, regardless if they're fucking offensive. Yeah, it's true.
I got a legal article that's going to tell you that, yeah, impersonation is a federal crime. You got that? It's a federal crime, which means what, Shanny? It's a felony? When it's federal, it's felony, right?
Do that next time I'm recording you in the video.
Exactly. Right?
Hello, individuals. This is Reverend Individual. I'm sick and tired of fakeness.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Grampy Lobster, you're next. I got a fork with your name on it. Just stab you in the eye, you fucking prick. I hate you. I hope you fucking die. Piece of shit.
Now the fun begins. 'Cause now it's time to play shenanigans.
Alright, so if anyone can give this to Chantel, Foodie Beauty, please give it to her, because she needs to listen to this, because she's being fooled out of her sponsorship right now. She's being completely fooled out of her sponsorship. Chantel, you're getting fake emails from this Joe Cold guy, and it's the same, it's not even an email, it's a picture of an email saying they don't represent you. But the thing is, it's the same names that were under me. The Irene, the Chris. I got the same thing from Coldest Water Bottle today from posers on the internet. How did I know that? Because I looked at the actual email, and it was an email of my hater. You need to be aware that your haters right now are posing as Coldest Bottle representatives and trying to get you out of your sponsorship so you don't make money. I think it's the same with Nikado Avocado, at the same thing that they're doing to him too. And Coldest Water Bottle really needs to go and look into this right now, because you're having people pose and represent your company and fire your workers and the people who sponsor and affiliate with you. They're posing as you and firing us. And this is the third person this week I've heard this from. These false fucking claims. They're not real emails. They're fake emails. Because if you look at the email, the address is not the Coldest Water Bottle. I think it's CO. It should be at CO. These are from Yahoo, Gmail. Why would Coldest Water Bottle have a Yahoo and Gmail account when they should be having their company's email account? So I want someone to give this to Foodie Beauty so she's aware not to say anything bad about Coldest Water Bottle. Like, take that post down, because you're being lied to by these people. I tried to warn you about Krista My Way. I tried to warn you about it. You didn't want to listen. She is affiliated. She is with these group of people that said you got fired from Coldest Water. You weren't fired. You're still sponsored by them. They're lying to you and making this up. It's a whole big crowd of haters, Chantel. And they talked about months ago about going after you and Amberlynn. I'm trying to tell you the truth, because I've known these people for fucking years. So, someone give this to Chantel so she doesn't make a huge mistake. You're being lied to. And Coldest Water Bottle, if you're listening, you really need to go and look into this, because you're having people impersonate you and your company. And you need to look into it, because I know it's a federal crime and it's completely illegal to impersonate someone and a representation of a company. And I think you need to report it. And you need to do something, because your people, the people who affiliate with you, the people who help give you money for your company, are being fired by fake accounts. And saying that they're being terminated when they're not. Please do something about this. And YouTube, do something about these hating... Crying, and I just know it's gotta be my period at that point. point. Well, the night before I was like having tremendous, horrible hot flashes from frickin' hell. It's why my hair looks like this, because it's just like, what's the point of even taking a shower if I'm just gonna get hot every single fucking 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna be freezing cold every 2? And then, guess what just happened? My vagina is hurting. My vagina is hurting, and it's all crampy.
You're starting to sound like Nick Cotto.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, fella, do you like Kern's bread?
Ooh, well, gee, I don't know, I guess.
You gotta be positive.
Alrighty, 3, 2, 1. The little red sign says we are live, we are live, we are live, and it is so.
My personal friends, maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man.
Such fools. Do you know how boring your content it is? It's boring. I can't even watch it anymore. It's so blah. It's like, I look at review commenters, and I'm like, they review content, and it's just like, they're quiet most of the time, and then every once in a while they say something, and it's like, why am I even watching this person barely do a review? It's so lazy to get context. And then you see all these people talking at the side, and it's just like, and these people are giving these people ideas of what to say, and it's just like,
sad.
And there's so many of them. There's no original content with them. It's just, it's so blah. It's like, get over yourselves and do something positive for once. Do something yourself. Be an original.
Like you.
Yeah.
Right?
Like me.
Like you.
Maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man. I want to say, Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, I repent. I was just on my knees. I took a really bad hit of something, and I had an event. And I threw up a little bit in the toilet. Maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man.
My God, I can't speak. This is absolutely accurate and correct that I just fucked my wife 7 ways to Sunday. I fucked her, like doggy, real hard. Deep. How deep, Shannon?
All the way.
All the way, folks. Now, and then I ate her out, and I made her come. Right?
About 4 times.
4 times. 4?
Yes.
All right, 4 times I made her come. I changed. There is absolutely no situation that's justifiable where you just slam her pussy and then you don't get her off. That's not right. It's not. You might have to swallow maybe a little of your own jizz because you just splooged in her. But you know what? That's what a male has to do. Do you see?
Maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man.
I have a very important announcement that I didn't say, but I have been kind of lingering on for the last few weeks. I quit my porn. For various reasons. Even though I was very successful at it, and I thank everyone who bought my OnlyFans, thank you. It was first of all, Jason was beginning to feel uncomfortable with it. And I ended up getting sick, and that completely stopped it and halted it to a complete stop. Because when you don't feel good, you don't feel sexy. And I remember my last video was me doing a live stream in the bath talking about how it's not sexy when you're not feeling good. But it gave me time to think and made me realize that God teaches you sometimes to show compassion toward others in weird ways. And I think that's why he threw me in the porn business like he did, is so I could have compassion for those who do pornography and not be a judgmental twatburger over it. I was watching the Unturks.
Moral of the story of my videos: people hate it when you tell them they're whiners and complainers and play the victim card. So be offended, 20-year-olds. I'm sure I'll offend more people along the way of my YouTube career. I've offended a lot of people. In fact, I've offended so many people that I just don't give a fuck if I offend.
And there's a cliff, right, of tolerance.
Ha ha ha, I'm a mod to G-Man, I'm a mod to G-Man, I'm a mod for G-Man, what are you gonna do? I'm like Annie Oakley, pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. I have mods for G-Man, I got odds for me G-Man, I got mods for G-Man, and there's nothing you can do.
But am I convicted of pedophilia? No. Have I ever been accused professionally, not just fools on the internet, but I mean a legitimate, accusal of pedophilia? No. No.
Why don't you show everybody what you showed me before the show started?
There is no ankle bracelet. Not on that foot. There is no ankle bracelet on that foot.
Okay.
If I was accused of pedophilia, I would be wearing an ankle bracelet. That is a fact. That is not opinion. That is a fact. I would either be in jail or I'd be wearing an ankle bracelet. And
You would also be on a sex offender
and
list,
I would be on a sex
right?
offender list. Exactly. That's right. And I am not.
My personal friends, maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man.
It's just like everybody getting around here on the internet claiming I'm a shitty father. Well, do shitty fathers produce A students? No. Do shitty fathers produce children that make murals on the wall telling them they love their daddy? No. Do shitty fathers produce children that love their daddy so much that they literally put a death grip around him when somebody comes around trying to take him away? No. No, shitty fathers don't produce children that do things like that. Good fathers produce children that do things like that. Good fathers, and like I said, folks, let's be clear. My children are going to turn 18, and when they turn 18, they're going to turn over state's evidence. Do you understand, you fucking Frost pieces of shits? When my kids turn 18, they're going to testify against you. And when they fucking do, you all go to prison for the rest of your natural lives. Yeah, even you, Ronnie's mom. All of you motherfuckers are going to prison for what you did to Andrea, for what you did to my mother, and for what you've done to me. And that's a fact. And there's no getting around that fact. I don't care if I got to go all the way to Washington, D.C. to put you fuckers behind bars. That's where you're going. You are going to prison. Now, it's a shame that I can't get the fucking governor to respond to my emails. That's pretty fucking sad. So you know what I'm going to do, Frost? I'm going to the media with this shit. ABC, NBC, CBS, ITN, Deutsche Welle, whoever the fuck will listen. I'm going to the fucking major media. And maybe then I'll put a fire under the governor's ass and he'll come down here and put your ass behind bars where you fucking Frost belong. I love how the Frost got on YouTube, folks. What this is all about. The Frost got on YouTube and claimed to know more about my fucking personal life than I do. That is the height of narcissism. The height of narcissism. To get on YouTube and claim to know more about my personal life than I do. Oh, guys, Alice Helton gave everything to James. Really? What'd she give me? What'd she give me? Name it. What'd she give me? She can give me shit. Give me a hard time. Not one time has my mother said, I love you, without it being in a condescending tone. Not once. Not one fucking time. My dad did, though. My dad did. But Mom didn't. Not one time. But tell me, Frost, what did my mother give me? Besides a hard time. Yeah, she never gave me shit. In fact, someone put a bug in my mother's ear and convinced her that I wasn't giving her enough fucking rent on Stahlhaber and told her that I need to work 3 fucking jobs to pay her rent.
Things like soiled underwear would, cause me to want to kill her.
My personal friends, maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man.
Does your daughter know that, Charlie? What does your daughter think about that, Charlie? Huh? Does she know? Did you tell her that part? Oh, you conveniently left that part out, didn't you, Charlie?
Howdy, good citizen. Hey, Grampy Lobster. I know this guy. He's from Nexus Community.
Oh, hello, folks. Grampy Lobster here. Welcome to the Grampy Lobster Show. All right? We do it all here. We know it all. We say it all. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'll cut your fucking nose off.
Boy, I have some dirty ass monkeys, man.
Watch this video, stupid. Let me catch any of you guys subbing to this Rand scam guy. The guy's been impersonating me and going into hangouts and making me look bad for months.
Well, folks, we hate to run, but Carl and myself are editing the things. Well, good. Go make a video, you old bastard. Good grief. What's going on, Oscar Stoker? I hope you guys are having a lovely day anyway. So, you know what's funny is, thank you, Campbell, for the $1.99. My mum's not into anemic Richard Ayoade lookalikes. I know who you're referring to, the guy with the big afro. Well, that's not what your mum said last night, Campbell. Thank you very much. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, Grampy Lobster's in the process of making a video, just in case you guys didn't know about it.
It's something that I think about a lot, you know.
Somebody tell me who is thinking. Who is thinking? Who is thinking? Who is thinking? Who is thinking?
Hey, Stinky!
No,
Hey, Stinky! Hey, Stinky! Hey, Stinky! Forget about it! Why am I even watching this person barely do a review? It's so lazy to get context. And then you see all these people talking at the side. And it's just like, and these people are giving these people ideas of what to say. And it's just like, and there's so many of them. There's no original content with them. It's so blah. It's like, get over yourselves and do something positive for once. Do something yourself. Be an original.
Ooh, that's a good fucking name.
Woo, 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 woo.
Ooh, that's a good fucking name.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Here's to good friends.
Here we go.
Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, we almost gave up and sent out for pizza. Sorry. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. Well, it's the last party of the summer. I figured I'd shoot the works.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
Alrighty, 3, 2, 1. The little red sign says we are live, we are live, we are live, and it is.
Well, folks, we hate to run, but Carl and myself are editing the things.
Come
well,
on
good.
Now,
Go make a
laugh
video, you
and be
old
happy,
bastard.
And the world will laugh with you. When people see you smiling, they can't help smiling too. Say, Fun Brigaders, this is Sheriff John.
Okay, Fun Brigade.
And I just wanted to
No,
join with you
Fun Brigade.
and bring you the words of a
Is that
new
an actual
song.
hashtag?
Tell
Is
you
that
all
like
in the
a
Fun
hashtag,
Brigade
like on
that
Twitter or
Lobster
something?
Fun Brigade's made up of boys and
Let
girls
me look it
everywhere
up.
who like to have fun and happiness together and spread cheer.
Hold on, I'm just
So
gonna be on
remember,
Twitter
you keep
for a bit.
smiling, will you? All right. Come on
Can
now,
you say
laugh
squirt?
and be happy, and the world will laugh with you. When people see you smiling, they can't help smiling too.
I don't know where he's going, but he might get down the street.
To a dark and gloomy
Where's he
day,
going? Nowhere.
break out a
Where you
smile
going,
and
buddy?
In a while,
Nowhere.
the gloom will go away. So laugh and be happy with a
I've always
merry
wondered why Adam
melody.
and Eve were friends.
A song will make a hat rack look like a Christmas tree.
It's something that I think
Get
about
rid
a
of
lot,
worry
you know.
in a hurry.
Had a good
Chase the
citizen.
blues
Hey,
away.
Grampy Lobster.
Just laugh
I know this
and
guy.
be
He's from
happy all
next
the
to me.
day.
That my friends, my personal friends, maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that.
No,
Hey, Stinky! Hey, Stinky! Hey, Stinky! Forget about it!
Come on now.
Hey,
laugh
Stinky.
And be happy.
Hey,
and
Stinky.
The world will laugh with you.
Hey, Stinky.
When people see
Forget
you
about
smiling,
My personal
they
friends,
can't help
maybe I told
smiling
you.
too.
Did I tell you that my
When
personal
you look
friends
out
always
the
called me Jay?
window
I don't
to
know
a
if I
dark
told you
and
that.
gloomy day.
Like, I'm playing
Break out
Pro,
a
which is like, you know, you
smiling
create
in a
your
while,
character
the
and you
gloom
basically
will
play out
go
a career.
away.
Hey,
So
Grampy Lobster,
laugh
what's
and
up?
be happy with a merry melody. A song will
Does
make
your
a
daughter know
hat
that,
rack
Charlie?
look like a
What does your
Christmas
daughter
tree.
think about that,
Get
Charlie?
rid of worry in a
Huh?
hurry.
Does she know?
Chase the
Did you
blues
tell her that
away.
part?
Just
Oh, you
laugh and
conveniently
be
left that
happy
part
all
out,
the
didn't you, Charlie?
live.
Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man.
Now today, my legs and feet are fucked up because I had to work 3 jobs a day. That's a fact. I got the legs and feet to prove it. 3 fucking jobs a day. I was literally so tired, I didn't even have time to change clothes. I would literally pass out on the couch. Oh, wait, I had to give back my couch because I had an agreement with my mother where I gave back my furniture and she paid off the student loans. Well, gee, who put a bug in her ear and told her not to keep that agreement? Me? Did I do that? Huh, Frost? Did I do that? Well, it was them evil gentrys. The gentrys didn't do shit, and you know it. The gentrys had nothing to do with it, and neither did the Heltons. The Heltons didn't give a shit, and the gentrys didn't care. That only leaves the Frosts. The Frosts have been manipulating a mother against her son for centuries, literally. I'm 56 years old, folks. I'm 56 years old. And the Frosts have been manipulating my mother against her son all that time. Literally all that time. Okay? That's the truth. That's the fucking truth. Alright. But I love how the Frosts will get on YouTube and claim to know more about my personal life than me. But please, enlighten me. What did my mother give me? That little black Mercury Lynx? No, I bought that myself. With my own money. Well, maybe she'd give you a bunch of money. No, never give me a dime. Never helped me with shit. In fact, she was going to leave me in that jail cell, even though I wasn't guilty of anything. She was actually going to leave me there. And the bishops down the road had to fucking shame her into going and getting me out of that jail cell. And me not even guilty of nothing. Who put a bug in her ear about that, Frost? Ed Bishop has more integrity in his fucking pinky than the entire group of Frosts have in their entire fucking bodies. Let's get that shit clear right now. And it was Ed Bishop who told me, said, if you're coming down here, make sure they damn well know you're a crack shot. And I said, yes, sir. And so I grabbed Tim Davis and I said, hey, Tim, let's target shoot a little bit there, buddy. I shot Tim Davison under the fucking table. He couldn't believe it. He's like, holy shit, where'd you learn to shoot? I watched Westerns as a boy. That's all I watched. Gunsmoke, The Rifleman. What's some of the other ones? Lone Ranger. I used to watch Westerns. My daddy would sit me down as a boy and make me watch Westerns all fucking day. And so naturally I got to learn how to shoot from the hip. And I'm damn good at it. In fact, I'm a crack shot. The U.S. Army found that out when they put a grease gun in my hand and said, here you go, fire this damn thing. Nobody in my fucking squad could hit the broadside of a barn with a grease gun. Because you fire it down here. You don't fire it up here. It ain't got no sights. You fire it down here from the hip. Entire fucking squad couldn't hit shit with the motherfucker. I got marksman badge with it. I got the attention of the major of Fort Knox. I got his attention. He's like, how the fuck did you do that shit? I said, sir, I watched Westerns as a boy. I learned how to shoot from the hip as a boy. He's like, holy shit, I can't believe it. Come be my driver. I'm like, yes, sir. I was driving the major around because I'm a crack shot with a goddamn grease gun. Nobody else in the squad could hit shit. Facts. That's facts. It's not opinion. And that's not fucking secular opinion. A fucking Canadian who shouldn't even have no business in American affairs. Right, Canada? Bonsai, fuck yeah. My mama ever cooked pizza rolls? My mama never cooked me nothing. My mama never cooked me nothing. She treated me and Dad like shit because the Frosts were manipulating her behind the scenes and we were too stupid to realize it. Let's get one thing clear right now. Aside from Ed Bishop having more integrity than all 6 Frosts combined, let's get one thing clear right now. If Mom had died and my daddy had lived, would things be going the way they're going right now? No. Because the Frosts wouldn't have been able to manipulate my father like they have my mother. Do you really think my father would have kicked Andrea off this property if Jim Frost had come waltzing through the door telling him to do it? Fuck no. He would have told Jim Frost, you get the fuck out of my house. That's my son's wife. You don't say that about my son's wife. You get the fuck out of my house. That's what my daddy would have said. Now ask me what Mom said. Ask me what my mother said. Oh, Jim, I love you so much. I'll call her right now. I'll call the sheriff right now. My daddy would have told him, get the fuck out of the house. You ain't kicking my son's wife off the property. Get the fuck out of my house and don't ever come back. That's what my dad would have said. And let's be clear about something else too. If my daddy was here and my mom was gone, would my daddy be living in that double wide? No. Me and Andrea and them kids would be in that double wide and he would have took the single wide because that's how my daddy was. That's the kind of man he was. He was a good man. He might have been a Mason. He might have been a Knights Templar, a high-ranking Mason, but he was still a good man. He was just corrupted by evil there on the last little bit, I think. But he was still a good man at heart. Thank the gods for that. But let's be clear about this shit. Alright, let's be abundantly clear. My mother never gave me a damn thing except a hard time. It was my daddy who would tell me he loved me. It was my daddy who tried to help me. And Mom fighting him tooth and nail every fucking opportunity. Because the fucking Frosts were manipulating my mother against her own husband and against her own son. From day fucking one! From day fucking one! Let's get that clear. Right fucking now. Let's get that clear right fucking now. Oh, and the Frosts are manipulating my mother even to this very day. Because they paid a judge to give all of Mom's money to fucking Larry Frost. Facts. Not opinion. Facts. Who's got my mama's SSI money right now? Me? No. Larry fucking Frost has it. Who's got my inheritance money right now? Me? No. Jim Frost. I ain't got a dime of my inheritance money. It all went to Jim Frost because he went in Mom's house and stole it out of her goddamn closet. And let's put another fine point on this. Would Dad have left the money in the fucking house for Jim to steal it? Fuck no. He'd have took that money out and put it in the damn bank. And Jim Frost, by the way, wouldn't have been able to have went to Dad's bank account and cleaned it out like he did Mom's either. Right? Yeah, because Dad wouldn't have none of that shit. And let's be clear about something else. The first time CPS come out here and harassed Andrea, my daddy would have been right there in court suing the fuck out of CPS that fucking day. This shit wouldn't have lasted no 10 goddamn years because my dad would have went to court on Andrea's behalf as my wife and would have sued the fuck out of CPS and this shit would have never went beyond the first fucking year. Guaranteed. Because that's how Dad was. So the Frosts can get on YouTube and say whatever the flying fuck they want. But I can tell you right now, they don't know shit. Except what they've been able to manipulate my mother into doing. Folks, can you imagine your entire life having student loans hanging over your head like a sword of Damocles? Can you imagine? Can you imagine being financially bankrupt to where you can't do shit? Because you found out 6 years later that a bunch of student loans hadn't gotten paid, and now it had blossomed into fucking $60,000 goddamn dollars that you didn't have the money for. Imagine, folks, imagine being financially ruined by James motherfucking Frost, who has been manipulating my mother against me from day fucking one. Day one. So please enlighten me. What did my mother give me again? She didn't give me shit, except a hard time. And like I said, she's going to leave me in that fucking jail cell, and me, an innocent man, she's going to leave me in that jail cell, and the bishops had to actually shame her into going and getting my ass out of that goddamn jail cell. And me, totally innocent. Totally innocent. Who did that? Who manipulated my mother into that shit? Oh, the fucking Frosts. The Frosts that are on YouTube saying they know more about my personal life than I do. Fuck you, Frosts. You don't know shit. Except what you've been able to get out of my mother. What you've been able to manipulate out of my mother. And let's not forget, folks, there's a rumor going around that Jeff Frost, Jim Frost's boy, is practicing black magic. Let's get that shit out there right now. That's a rumor, admittedly, but it's out there. All right? So let's get that shit out there. Good Christian boys, right? Good Christian boys? Let me say it again. Ed Bishop had more integrity in his fucking little finger than the entire fucking Frosts have in their whole fucking bodies. Let's get that shit out of the way. Right there, right now. Yes, bonsai. I mean, seriously, man. What the fuck? Getting on YouTube, claiming to know more about my personal life than I do. And me with bum legs and feet. Because I had to work 3 goddamn jobs. Because my mother wanted her fucking rent. And now because of it, I can't hardly walk. Fuck you, Frost. You're the cause of my legs. You're the cause of me being in financial ruin. And the gods will repay. Trust me on that shit. The gods will repay. Because if they don't, then I use my magic and I repay. And you don't want me going offensive. Trust me. Trust me, you don't. I've been very, very patient up to now. Very patient. But my patience is wearing thin. Because every time I see you Frost get on YouTube and fucking lie, it makes me that much closer to just say fuck it and go in scorched earth on you fucks. But I'm a man of great restraint. I am. I'm a man of great restraint. And I'm biding my time because the gods said they got this shit. And I believe them. So we're going to see how things go. I'm arguing with my own damn gods because the gods showed me Larry winning the court case before it ever happened. And I'm like, wait a minute, you guys are going to let this fucker win? Are you serious? We're letting him win so that he won't win, is what they said. Now that's cryptic as fuck, even for me. And I'm like, okay. We're letting him win so that he won't win. My interpretation of that, which is probably wrong, but my interpretation of that is that they're going to let him win a battle, but he's going to lose the war. Basically is what they're saying. That's my interpretation. And I could be wrong on that, by the way, but that's my interpretation of what they said. We're going to let him win so that he doesn't win. So Larry's got Mom's money right now, but it's going to end up biting him in the ass, basically. And who's got my inheritance money again? James Arnold motherfucking Frost has got my inheritance money, spending it like water. Spending it like water. I gotta live on that money after Mom's gone. How am I gonna live on it if he's fucking spending it like water? Hello? Hello? Is this fucking microphone on? How am I gonna live on my inheritance money if Jim Frost is spending it? Oh wait, you can't. You can't. Because it won't be there. Wow, what a concept that is. Joe Campbell pulls up in the driveway with a brand new minivan. Brand spanking new. I'm like, Joe, where'd you get that from? I got it from Jim. Oh, okay. Okay. Thumper across the road gets brand new fucking farm equipment out of the blue, out of nowhere. Wow, how'd that happen? How'd that happen? Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of brand new farm equipment. How the hell did that happen? Amazing shit. Amazing how this shit happens. It's all, but it's all just coincidental, right, guys? Right, guys? It's just all coincidence. What a load of shit. What a load of shit, man. Oh yeah, he's gonna take the big dirt nap. Fuck yeah, he is. They done told me that shit in advance. I've been knowing this shit for a year. I had Ray Tilton, Larry Frost, and Joe Campbell sitting at Mom's table, Mom's dining room table. And I'm sitting at the other end, and I looked at all 3 of them motherfuckers, and I told them what the gods told me. Said they're going to kill his fucking ass because he will not relent. He will not give the shit back. He won't give back the guns. He won't give back the lawn equipment. He won't give back the money. He won't give back the sister property, which he conned mom out of. I mean, it was a con. Okay, it was a con. It was a total con. All right, so the God said he had to give all that shit back. And he had to give up power of attorney, and he had to leave the state of Kentucky, and that if he'd done those things, the gods would spare him. Because I asked him, I said, is there anything he can do to spare his life? And they said, that's what he's got to do to spare his life. And I told Larry, I told Joe Campbell, and I told Ray Tilton. So they all three knew about this prophecy that was given to me by the gods well before it even occurred. Long before anything happened to Jim Cross. They've known this for years. Because I told them. I set them down at the table. Told them all. They've known this for years that this is going to happen. Okay, so get it on the internet and saying, oh my God, it's so tragic what happened to Jim Cross. No, it ain't. They knew years in advance. Because I told them. They knew years in advance. I told them. I told them what the gods told me. They're going to kill his ass because he won't relent. When you steal a thing and the gods find out, they're going to expect you to give it back. Well, Jim Frost never gave it back. Sucks to be him. And I can tell you right now, if his boys don't give me my money back, the gods are going to go after them too. But yeah, man, I love the fucking narcissism of the Frosts getting on YouTube, claiming to know more about my personal life than I do. What a bunch of fucking sick motherfuckers. They need to all go see a shrink. Them some people need to go see a shrink. If somebody gets on the internet and claims to know more about my personal life than I do. But let's be clear, my mom never gave me shit. It was my dad that gave me stuff. It was my dad that helped me. My mom never helped me with a shit because she had the Frost in her fucking ear. Oh, don't you help that boy. 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 Every fucking minute of every fucking day. And like I said, I've got the name of the fucking hater from Alabama that started all that shit about Andrea being a mental patient. I've got her name, address, and phone number. It's in that drawer right fucking there. More bullshit and lies. More bullshit and lies. And let's be clear, when it comes to Pamela Sue, my first wife, was Mom influential in that? Oh, hell yes. Well, gee, Vaughn, how did that happen? Oh, you haven't heard about this part. This is a good part. The Frosts manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus, fucking Ohio, that had absolutely no experience in fucking nursing homes. Oh, Vaughn, surely you're kidding. Surely you're making that shit up. No, I'm not. The Frosts manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus that had absolutely zero knowledge about nursing homes or how to run them. In fact, the man in Columbus actually had to hire an administrator to run the fucking nursing homes because he had no fucking clue. Now, why would a man in Columbus that has no clue about nursing homes suddenly want to buy nursing homes? Oh, because there was a manipulation going on there behind the scenes, wasn't there? Yeah. The Frosts didn't want me getting the family business, so they manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus, Ohio, who ran it into the ground, did he? Yeah. And so then Jim Gentry stepped in, and Jim Gentry stepped in and said, no, wait a minute. This has been in the family for years. You're not fucking this shit up. And so he stepped in and took over and fixed everything. Facts, not opinion. Facts. See, Center Haven used to be Cecil Gentry's. Long time ago. And that's when Jim Gentry says, oh, fuck this shit. This is not going to fly with me. And he stepped in. Like I said, the Gentrys have never fucked me. The Heltons have never fucked me. Now, I don't know about these Heltons down here because all these Heltons down here are all criminals. But the Heltons in Ohio have never fucked me over. The Gentrys have never fucked me over. And the bishops, especially Ed Bishop, has never fucked me over. Not to my knowledge. Not once. The only family that's ever fucked me over has been the Frost family. Period. End of story. Period. That's a fact. It's not my opinion. That's a fact. But you're like, Von, you can't be telling the truth. Yeah, I am. The Frosts manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus, Ohio, and because they were afraid that I would get it. My first wife, Pamela Sue, thought I was going to get the family business. Everybody at Center Haven thought I was going to get the business. You should have seen the look on everybody's faces when Mom comes into the fucking room, calls an emergency meeting for everybody to drop their shit and come to the fucking Center Haven. And we all come to Center Haven and are sitting at the big table. They got this big, long table. We're all sitting at the big, long table. And Mom announces that she's selling all the fucking business to a man in Columbus. And everybody in that fucking room's like, well, now wait a minute. Your son is busting his ass to learn this business to take it over after you retire. Nope, selling it to a man in Columbus. Well, where'd she get that from? Where did it come from? It come from the Frosts. It come from the motherfucking Frosts. The Frosts have been manipulating my mother against her son for years. For years. For years. Long before we come down to Kentucky. And like I said, none of this is to be laid at the feet of Omer and Irene, because Omer and Irene were dead. Right? My daddy respected Omer. Him and Omer were good buds. Him and Omer would sit there and talk about little pocket knives all day long and shit. They loved that. They get off with that. That was their thing. And Omer had him a little fishing basket, tackle box that, he'd have all them little hold-up knives in, and they'd talk about them knives all day long. They loved it. So none of this is to be laid at the feet of Omer Frost, okay? He's the only damn Frost that has integrity, okay? Let's put it that way. Omer and Irene are the only motherfuckers that had integrity. Alright? Let's just be clear on that shit. But the Gentrys have never done shit to me. The Bishops have never done shit to me, as far as I know. And the Heltons in Ohio have never done anything to me. Okay? Let's just get that shit out of the way. Alright? Let's get that shit out of the way. But yeah, man, Larry Frost, Joe Campbell, and Ray Tilton knew in advance, years in advance, that Jim Frost was going to be killed for not relenting, for not giving back all the shit he stole. They knew that years in advance, because I sat them down at Mom's table and told every fucking one of them. And if they get on the internet and deny it, they're fucking liars. Just like when I got a vision about my sister, the first thing I did was went out and tell a whole bunch of people. Okay? That's the first thing I did. It's like, hey man, I don't get a vision every day. Okay? I don't get a message from the creator gods every day. And so when I get one, I make sure I tell people, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do. I'm assuming that's what you do. When you get imparted with something like that, you got to tell somebody, which is what I've done. All right? So if they get on there and lie and say they didn't know about Jim Frost, going to die and shit, fuck they didn't. They were told in advance. And all Jim Frost had to do was give back my inheritance money, give up the power of attorney, give back the Sester property that he got by illicit means, and leave the state of Kentucky. And if he did those things, they would have spared his life. They would have. It's true. It's what they told me. Because I asked them point blank, what can he do to keep his life? That's what they told me. They said that's the only thing that'll keep his life. See, he didn't get. Apparently there was some kind of shenanigans going on with the Sester place as to the ownership and all that. Apparently he swindled the Sester place out of my mom. Apparently. But is that surprising? No. I mean, if a man will steal $2.5 million out of somebody's closet, he'll obviously swindle people out of their property. Okay, so now, yeah, let's be clear on that shit. But what a load of shit, man. What a load of shit to get on the fucking internet claiming you know more about my personal life than I do. But let's be clear about Alice Hilton. Alice Hilton ain't never given me a damn thing except a hard time. She's never said I love you. And when she did say it, it was in a condescending tone. Every fucking time. There is one person that said I love you to me, and that was my daddy. When my daddy said I love you, he meant it. Because there was passion behind it, there was feeling behind it. When Mom said I love you, it literally was nothing. Because it was said in a condescending tone. You could hear the condescending tone when she would say it. But that's not how she acts when the Frost walk in the fucking door. Oh, honey, I love you. I love you so much. It's so good for you. Gee, I wonder why. And who was it that convinced my mom that I was a demon when I was born? Who did that shit? He's a demon. Look at them fangs that boy's got. He's a demon. You got to get them fangs yanked out of his mouth there, Alice. Because he might be a demon. He might be a monster. You got to get them fangs yanked out of his mouth. Takes me to the dentist, yanks all 4 fangs out of my mouth. Squeezes the teeth together by force with braces. And then I get gingivitis and my fucking teeth go to shit. The fangs were anchoring the other teeth in place. And when the fangs were removed and squeezed together, it loosened up every tooth in my head. The gingivitis got in there and other shit got in there and fucked up my world. Not to mention that fluoride in the Ohio water was so strong that it actually had an odor. Let me say that again. The water in Ohio has so much fluoride in it, it actually has an odor. For real. Okay? Facts. Once again, facts. Nothing but facts. All right? Get the Carfax. We have an ad here in America called Carfax. Anyway, but yeah. But I love this shit. I love how the Frost will get on the fucking internet. Oh, his mommy did everything for him. His mommy did this for him, and his mommy did that for him. She didn't do shit for me. She didn't do shit for me. And if I hadn't been her son, do you think I'd even be here right fucking now? No way. The only reason I'm here is because I'm her son and it's my duty to be her guardian. That's why I'm here. That's my job. I'm her son. No matter what evil she's done, she's still my mother and I still have to take care of her. That's just the way things are. That's what you do as a son. Now, she's paying for all the evil she's done because she's lost everything. She's lost everything, and now these pills they've got her on is making her lose her memory, and she's losing that too. And that's punishment from the gods, exactly. That's exactly what it fucking is. For leaving them student loans over me and for, fucking up not one, but 2 marriages now. 2 marriages. Let that sink in for a minute. You got a group of people out there that have manipulated my mother into destroying 2 of my marriages. Contributing to it. She didn't do all of it, but she contributed to it. That's pretty sick and twisted. And why are they doing this, Mom? Why are the Frosts doing this? I don't know. I think they didn't want Dad to marry Mom. I think it's what it was. They wanted her to marry someone else, and they all got butthurt when Dad married her instead, and so that started a bunch of shit. But let's be clear, Ed Bishop has more integrity in his fucking pinky than all the fucking Frosts combined, and that is the truth. It was Ed Bishop who talked to me when I first come down here. It was Ed Bishop who told me what was going on. It was Ed Bishop who set me straight. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Alright? So let's be clear about that shit. And that's just the way it is, man. Yeah, student loans are a scam. They are. That's true. Student loans are nothing but a scam. Let me tell you something, folks. Are my kids going to go to college? Fuck no. My kids are going to trade school. My kids are going to trade school. They're not going to college. College. Not only is college a scam, but college is also communist indoctrination. And I don't want my kids turning into fucking commies. You want to know why we almost put a socialist in the White House? Yeah, because The colleges and universities are all communist. Duh. When the kids come out of school, oh yeah, Karl Marx was a great guy. And communism ain't never really been tried. You know that, right? Yeah, what a lie. What a fucking lie. Every time communism has been tried in history, it either ended up in a brutal dictatorship or a brutal oligarchy. Every fucking time. Every fucking time it's been tried. And then you get these dunderheads out of college. Communism ain't really been tried in the world yet. Yes, it has, numerous times, and every time it failed. Every fucking time it failed. Why? Let me boil down communism for you into something that even a 2-year-old can understand. Communism is when you got $5 and you got 15 friends. That's communism. In a nutshell. You got $5 and you got 15 friends. And you ain't counted. Because that'd be 16. Alright? That's communism in a nutshell. You understand now? Communism is not financially viable. In other words. Okay, it's not. Never has been. Never has been. Folks, we found out later that Friedrich Joseph Engels and Karl Marx had syphilis of the brain. They were insane. Literally. They were literally insane. They had syphilis of the brain, folks. They were crazy people. And here's old Rothschild. Karl Marx's cousin. Hey, here you go, Karl. Go out and spread atheism and communism all over the world. Here's a bunch of money. Karl Marx like, yes, sir. Goes out and spread atheism and communism all over the world. A failed ideology. A failed ideology back in the 1600s. But we're going to spread it all over the world anyway. Why? Because Rothschild wanted to control the world. How do you control the world? Get them to follow a failed ideology. And then when they fail, you got to come to them to get the money. What was it Lord Rothschild said? I care not who makes the laws as long as I control the fucking money. Yeah, that was Lord Rothschild said that shit. Look it up. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. That's Lord Rothschild said that shit. I care not who makes the laws as long as I got the fucking money. Now I'm using modern lingo for that, but that's what he said. Okay? But that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. And I'm so sick of people getting on here fucking thinking they know more about my personal life than I do. What a load of horse shit that is. That is the textbook definition of narcissism right there, folks. And you got that secular opinion motherfucker up in Canada who thinks he's safe because he lives in Canada. Apparently he hasn't heard that Canada can extradite to the United States. He hasn't heard that yet. He hasn't heard about that shit yet. And he thinks he's safe. When I go to Washington D.C. with this shit, this is gonna explode. This is gonna fucking explode, folks. And who has Ronnie Ray's mom been talking to? And Marcia been talking to? Oh, they've been talking to Baby Jane and Tiffany Moser. Well, gee, Bon, who's Tiffany Moser? Tiffany Moser is a known child predator on the internet. A known child predator on the internet. Also, she is a thug for Lenny Posner of Sandy Hook fame. You know, the guy that lied and said he had a kid die at Sandy Hook and then made millions of dollars off of it? Yeah, that Lenny Posner. So Tiffany Moser is a thug, a hired thug for Lenny Posner. And Ronnie Ray's mom and Marcia are in tight with her. They're also in tight with Baby Jane. Now, who the fuck is Baby Jane? Baby Jane is Mrs. Anonymous Dick, the woman of the man who tried to accuse me of pedophilia because I was going to go after his buddy Glenn's room, who really was a pedophile, and call the authorities on his ass. Facts. Facts. Once again, facts. Am I a pedo? No. Have I ever been a pedo? No. Am I on a sexual watch list? No. Do I wear an ankle bracelet? No. Have I ever been convicted? No. Have I even been charged? No. Because I'm not. In fact, what have I been doing? Oh, that's right. I was going around rescuing little kids out of cults. There's some irony for you, boys and girls. I'm out there busting my ass, saving little children, while these motherfuckers are sitting at home whacking their pud thinking I'm a goddamn pedo. How's that for a bunch of bullshit. How's that for a bunch of bullshit? Isn't that great? Isn't that fucking awesome? I'm literally out there saving little kids' lives, and they're sitting there calling me a fucking pedophile. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? That's fucking brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. But yeah, man. Let's just be clear. Let's be abundantly clear about this shit. Ain't nobody done me better than my daddy. And unfortunately, he went first, sadly. Because I can tell you right now, if my daddy was here, well, first of all, if daddy was here, Andrea had been spoilt rotten. There's no lie about that. Because dad would have seen she wanted for nothing. He just would have. He'd have made sure she wanted for nothing. And of course, dad would have took the single wide, and he would have put me and Andrea and the kids in this big double wide, in the big double wide over there. And he would have took his trailer. Okay, because that's how daddy was. That's how daddy was. Daddy was a good man. Daddy was a damn good man. Like I said, he got corrupted by that Masonic shit for a while there, but I think he snapped out of it there on last. Because I noticed he never talked about it much after a certain period of time. But yeah, man, if dad was here, I'd still be married. If dad was here, I'd still have my inheritance money. If dad was here, Larry wouldn't have no SSI money, because dad sure as fuck wouldn't let him have it. And they wouldn't be doping up my dad either, because my dad would refuse to take the pills. So they can't dope him up. My dad would, if my dad was here, this whole scenario would be completely different. Completely different. Completely fucking different. Okay, let's get that shit straight. But I wanted to get on here, and I just wanted to talk about the absolute narcissism of the Frosts, thinking they know more about my personal life than I do. But let's be clear, James Arnold Frost's fingerprints is all over this whole fucking timeline. From the time Mom gave birth to my happy ass, right on up until the time that she's ready to croak, Jim fucking Frost has had his fingerprints all over that timeline. And the gods are like, And now he's got to pay. And Mom's paying too. Mom's paying by losing everything and then losing her mind and shit. The gods are repaying for what's been done to me, what's been done to Andrea, and what's been done to them kids. Understand, folks, that when Jim Frost told my mother to call the sheriff out here to kick Andrea off the property, my kids was watching from my kitchen window. They saw everything. They saw everything, Marcia Frost, who told my kids to write on the wall, "I am hungry," and who told them to help them mess up the room so that they could take pictures with their flip phones and put it on the fucking internet. Yeah. Yeah. That's coming out too, Marcia. And Millie. That's coming out too. And when my kids testify that y'all manipulated that shit, you go bye-bye. You go bye-bye for a long, long time. Hopefully. Child abuse, elder abuse, criminal trespassing, manipulation, coercion. It ain't nothing for a Frost to lie at the drop of a hat and drop it themselves. I found that out the hard way. Found that shit out the hard way, folks. Fucking crazy. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. It's 6:30 in the fucking morning. I'm going to lay down for a while. I got shit to do. But yeah, if I don't hear back from the governor here in a few days, I'm going to the media. I'm going to fucking ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, Deutsche Welle, ITM World News, whoever the fuck will hear me. I'm going to put this all over the fucking major media. Bet you I get the governor's attention then. When I slap a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit on his fucking ass. I bet I get his attention then. 10 years manipulating a model citizen. Children that get straight A's. All being manipulated for years. And harassed for years. I bet you I get his attention when I slap a lawsuit on his fucking ass. They're like, what the fuck is this shit? Bet you I get his attention then, and I bet you the Frosts go to prison then. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Elder abuse alone, folks, is like 15 to life. If I understand correctly, I'd have to look it up. But I think it's a life sentence for elder abuse. Or at least it's I know it's way up there if it isn't life. But manipulating children, endangering children's lives. Folks, every time CPS come out here and took these kids, those children's lives were put at risk. Especially here this last time because of COVID-19. Who does COVID-19 kill again? Oh, it kills little children and elderly people. Well, imagine that. Imagine that. And that's something. So yeah, when they come and scooped up the kids and took them out of here, they put them children at risk. That's a fact. It's not my opinion. That's a fact. Gee, Vaughn, is child endangerment against the law in the state of Kentucky? You bet your sweet fucking ass it is. You bet your sweet fucking ass it is. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here and win. Probably lay back down for a while. Get a little more sleep. But I just the utter hypocrisy, the utter narcissism is just off the fucking charts, man. Just off the fucking charts. Crazy, crazy shit that is went on, perpetrated behind the scenes by the Frosts all this time. Elder abuse, you know, psychological shit is elder abuse too. It isn't just physical. If you're manipulating an elderly person to do things that they normally would not do, that is elder abuse. Period. It is elder abuse. No question. You know, but they're going to say, oh, wait. She's all right. We love her. She's not, they're not even blood to my mother. They're not even blood to my mother. But like I said, their butt hurt probably because Dad married her years and years ago. I had nothing to do with that. But they hold me responsible for it anyway, I reckon. Well, the gods I serve are going to hold them responsible by killing their fucking ass. If I don't sue them first, of course. Which hopefully I'll sue the fuck out of them because I need the money. I mean, let's be honest. I need the money. You know, Jim's already squandered all my fucking inheritance money, so I can't get none of that back. So I'm going to sue the fuck out of these fat son of bitches and get my fucking money back, right? Yeah, absolutely. Billions. Billions with a B. I guarantee I get the governor's attention then. Huh? Yeah, absolutely. Guarantee I'll get the governor's attention then. Be like, holy shit, we're getting sued for billions? Gee, I wonder why. Oh, these people named the Frosts have been doing a bunch of shit. Yeah, they'll come after you to get your money back. Watch it happen. I bet you I get the governor's attention. I bet you I do. Anyway, it's going to do it for me.
My personal friends, maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man. Maybe I did. But anyway, here's the point. My personal friends, maybe I told you. Did I tell you that my personal friends always called me Jay? I don't know if I told you that, man.
Visit us often and enjoy our screen attractions in the comfort of your own car.
Thank you.